Hi everybody, it's Donna with North Star Tarot. I am here to do a tag to, it's the top 10 intuitive decks, and this is a VR to Lisa Pepez. I've been wanting to do it for a while and just haven't gotten around to it. So I am doing it now. Yeah, so they're in no particular order except the last two. And I would say the last two are my favorite. So stick around and see if they are yours. So anyway, we're going to start. I'm going to start with this deck. This is the Tarot of Vampire, and I just think it's a gorgeous deck. So yeah, so we are going to just, that's the back. This is the front. So I'm just going to flip through a little bit. And yeah, I just think it's just such a gorgeous deck. You know, it speaks volumes. It allows you to be very, very intuitive. There's so much detail in the cards that I really do think that you can really be very, very intuitive. Now, like the author wrote a beautiful book, and the book is fabulous, gives you so much insight into the cards, and just takes them in a deep, deep, deep direction. So there's many ways you can interpret. There's many ways to use your intuition with this deck. I just think it's gorgeous. Now, if you're not into vampires, you won't enjoy it. You know, if the blood bothers you, you won't enjoy it. You know, there's lots of sexual innuendo in this deck as well. And you definitely won't enjoy it if that bothers you, okay? So just a warning there. But, you know, if that doesn't bother you, it is such a beautiful, gorgeous deck. I think it speaks volumes. And I think, for me anyway, I can really get my intuition going and just let it soar. And it just gives me such good readings. I do enjoy this deck immensely. So anyway, so this is Tarot of Vampire. So that is number one. So the second deck where I'm going to show you is the Shadowscapes Tarot. This is a very old deck, but it is tried and true. So it's a gorgeous deck. And again, I believe you can use your intuition, and I believe you'll get a lot of value from this deck. You can use it as it is. You can read it as a Rider-Waite-Smith. There's so many things you can do with it. But it also, the pictures are beautiful. The colors are wonderful. You can use your intuition as well. And there's enough detail that you can get stuff out of it, no problem, without even really thinking about it. So yeah, it's just like I said, just a very, very gorgeous deck. The book it came with is very, very small. So it doesn't give you a lot, but, you know, it adds, right? So I just think this deck is gorgeous. I've used it for a very long time. I love using it. That tower card is perfect. You know, and some of them allow you to kind of go on your own little journey within that card. And it's just wonderful. Yeah, I just love it. I just think it's just absolutely wonderful. And it's something, you know, it's one deck that I would highly recommend to anybody. I've used it so much. And it's still in relatively pretty good shape, you know, considering. So yeah, it's just, like I said, it is a wonderful deck. And yeah, and I love it. So anyway, that is the Shadowscapes Tarot. So that is deck number 2. And deck number 3 is actually an oracle deck. I don't use oracles very much, but I do use a few. So this is Moonology. There's the backs. They speak for themselves. And here's the fronts. So yeah, so the Moonology, it does have like a key phrase on it, and it tells you what kind of moon it is. But that's, you know, that's where you can start from your journey with your intuition, right? Is from that leaping point. And I just think it's gorgeous. And I just think it, you know, it gives you that depth and that starting place to jump off of. You know, there's a Scorpio for full moon in Scorpio. You know, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It just allows me to really use my intuition. It allows me to kind of pull from the colors, from the feeling of it, you know, even from the key phrase, helps you to, you know, embark your intuition, you know. So it's just kind of a starting point, you know. So it is a great deck. I do like it. I like using it with my tarot decks, or just to clarify something, you know. Maybe my, you know, my querent, you know, is comes in and they're a little nervous or something. I may start off with an oracle deck and then go to tarot so they relax a little bit. So yeah. Anyway, that is the Moonology. I do enjoy that one. It's a very nice deck. My next deck is Tarot of Mystical Moments. I know this has been shown on many people's channels. And let's just see. The guidebook is lovely. You know, you can see where I've highlighted it. I do like reading guidebooks. I think it can only enhance your readings if you have kind of the interpretation that the creator kind of wanted to, is trying to get at with their deck, right? So this deck has extra kings and emperors. The kings, I don't use them. I may at some point, but I don't now. They are the feminine kings and a feminine emperor. I still use the masculine ones, but, you know, that's entirely your choice, right? So, yeah. Anyway, this deck is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Again, it speaks volumes. It's just all around beautiful deck. Lots of room for your intuition to go, to soar, to create. You know, you've got lots of options here to run off of, lots to work with. It's a beautiful deck. I mean, it's a beautiful deck just to read as is, right? Even if you're not that intuitive, or you don't, you know, use your intuition as much as other people do, I still think it's a beautiful deck. This gives me beautiful readings. It really hits home. It's lovely. It's creative. It's a really, really beautiful deck. I enjoy the Tower card in my decks. I enjoy the, you know, the Death card. You know, there's some cards that will make or break a deck for me. Like that Knight of Pentacles is just absolutely superb, you know. Yeah, so if you take out of it, you know, what you see, and, you know, and the stuff that you don't see, just what the card makes you feel, you know, it's just wonderful. And, you know, I get a lot of intuitive feelings from this deck, and lots of messages, and it just guides me. And I think I do really good readings with this deck. So anyway, this is Tarot of Mystical Moments. It's a beautiful deck, and that is deck number 3. So my deck 4, just gotta grab it here. All these decks all over the place. My deck 4 is Tarot of the Divine. So again, this is a great deck. And because it's been inspired by deities and folklore and fairy tales, you know, it is very intuitive, and you can get a lot out of the cards. I wish I had the larger guidebook, and I will be looking to purchase that at some point soon. And I think that'll help understand the folklore in it and understand the images more. And that'll even enhance the ability to use my intuition and stuff with the deck. But even as it is, it allows me to use my intuition. It allows me to get a lot out of each picture. The illustrations are gorgeous. Some of them, you know, they're very easy to kind of see what the folklore is in it. And others, I don't have a clue. So yeah, so I do want to get the book. But either way, it's still very easy to read. It's beautiful. I mean, if I don't know who this person is supposed to be, and I don't know the story, but this is the Three of Swords, and it is so well illustrated that you don't really need to know to use the cards. I just think it would enhance them. So yeah. So we, you know, I am looking forward to finding out more information on the cards. But I still love it. I still think it allows me to use my intuition in a big way. And it gives me that opportunity to just read. It's gentle, it's sweet. You know, it's just so colorful and so pretty. You know, it's a very nice deck to read with clients as well. It's not, doesn't scare them, and it doesn't intimidate them. So I just think it's really a good deck for me to use with clients. When I do readings at shows, at events and stuff, I usually bring 3 decks or 4 decks, and they get to choose which deck they want me to use. This one is definitely selected a lot of the time. So yeah, so that is Tarot of the Divine, and I think that is a very intuitive, beautiful deck. So that is deck number 4. So deck number 5 will be another oracle deck. This is the Liminal Spirits Oracle. It's called Witch's Spirit Cards. I just think it is absolutely beautiful. This book is all color. It's very, what do you call that? Shiny. And it's just really, really pretty. You know, it just, you know, and the description of the animals and the spaces in it is really, really good, and it gives you an idea of what the messages are trying to tell you, and then you can take it a further step by letting your intuition in and let it kind of determine, you know, what it means, right? So yeah, again, another nice deck that is very, very giving, and it's just so beautiful. And like I said, I don't use a lot of oracle decks, but I do have a few, and this has to be one of my favorites. When you read the description in the book, and when you go to your card and you read your card, you know, there's just so much life in it. And I just feel that it has a lot to offer. It's just so beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous. So yes, and like if I didn't know, just like I don't think the description ruins the cards at all, because if I didn't know any better, if the description wasn't on here, I would not know that that is metal. But because I do know, I can take it in a different way to do with, you know, properties of metal and how metal affects us. And, you know, and that just allows me to use my intuition in more ways, right? So, yeah, so it's just it is a beautiful deck. And the book is great. And I just think it has a whole lot to offer. So for an oracle deck, for me, I really enjoy it. And I highly recommend it. So let me just put that away. Okay, so that is number 5. So number 6, I will have to say this is 6 and 7. Okay, guys? I don't know if this is going to fit exactly, but it's the Book of Shadows Tarot. In here is 2 tarot decks, As Above and So Below. Okay, so it is, and the book is written by Barbara Moore, which is excellent. Now, okay, I'll show you that in a second. Let me take out the decks. This is As Above. So As Above has a blue border. And then the other side, if you can get them out. Okay, there's a blue border. So this goes here. And then So Below has a green side. So Below is green. There we go. So if you see, there's the green border here and the blue border on that one. So yeah, so this is As Above, this is So Below. So Below is my favorite, but I do enjoy As Above as well. Now this book, just to show you, I think it was put together upside down. My book is upside down. So I don't know if anybody else has this deck. If they could let me know if their book is upside down as well. Because there's the back, there's the front, and then the inside's all upside down. So I just think it was put together upside down, but it's really kind of interesting. So yeah, it'd be interesting if you have one and you let me know. So, okay, I will show you volume 1, As Above, okay? Again, these are both intuitive decks, okay? I believe they are. I believe they're wonderful. They're beautiful. This one here is, the names on it are a lot different than a normal tarot deck. You know, it's very, very different. We have Earth, yes, and there's a crone, and we have fire, which is normal, you know, for air, right? And then we have air, which is normal as well. But they are renamed. A lot of them are renamed, and then water, right? So they're by the elements. But, you know, we have goddesses and that kind of stuff. Celebrations, Imbolc, and solemn. So, yeah, so there is a lot of differences with the names written on that volume. This volume, again, allows your intuition to soar. It's very different, okay? It's totally different than the other one. This is a lot more colorful, a lot more traditional, okay? So the way that it is displayed, illustrated, it's really a lot more traditional. I do love it, and it does allow me to use my intuition. There's so much going on. There's so much color. There's so much visual kind of stimulation that it does allow you to use your intuition quite a bit. It's pretty modern as well. As you can tell, there's a computer and, you know, businesswoman. You know, it's very diverse. It's very, very good. I do enjoy this deck. yeah, so I definitely enjoy this deck immensely. So yeah, so I have the both of them. I did, I gave it to my granddaughter, and she is getting into tarot and oracle and stuff like that. And I gave it to her, but she said the one deck, volume one, the As Above, was a little scary for her. So I took it back and I gave her a Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So yeah, so that's working much better for her. But this deck is definitely intuitive. It's a beautiful deck, a lot more colorful than the other one, but just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so they're both, I believe, are both very, very intuitive decks. So yeah, I'm just gonna put these two away. The book is very good as well. Of course, anything written by Barbara Moore is, I believe, is good. So I enjoy anything she writes, basically. So yes, so that was two more. So that was 2, 4, 5. This is 6 and 7. 8. That was 7 and 8. So 9 and 10. I'm down to my last two. So I just wanted to, these are my two favorites. I'm having a hard time deciding which one is my top and which one is the second. I am going to use this one as my second favorite. This is the Painted Tarot. This is just such a beautiful deck. It's by Sophie McKay Knight. She sent me the deck. It was gifted to me, which I appreciated very, very much. It's a beautiful deck. Whoa, here's the backs. And it is a painted tarot deck. So lots of work went into it. And I believe it is very, very easy to use your intuition with this deck. And I believe it's just, you know, it's just so nice. And it's so colorful. And the strokes even mean something in the deck to me. So yeah, so it's just beautiful. You can really allow your intuition to just take off. It was done with such care and some time and a real desire to produce something wonderful. And she did just that. So yeah, so this is probably my second favorite intuitive deck. So hard because it's right up there, you know. So yeah, it is a beautiful deck, and I would highly suggest it to anybody. And I will put links below for all my decks, okay, that I have used tonight. So anyway, this is the Painted Tarot. So let me put that away, and then I will show you what my top intuitive deck is. Right? Oh, I just bumped that. So yeah, so sorry about that. So the next one is my top deck. This is the 10th deck. This is the Fountain Tarot. I believe it's a lot of people's favorite deck, and it is definitely one of mine, okay? So it says on the cover, "You are the voice and the breath of universes." And you know, this deck just speaks volumes. Without saying anything, without a lot of illustration, but it does speak volumes. It's very colorful. It's just beautiful, you know. The colors are gentle, but significant. The pictures or illustrations are beautiful, modern, but they're just gorgeous. You know, the water ones are incredible. Look at that King of Wands. Like, it's just amazing. And look at that Fool. Like, what a way to start a journey, right? So it just allows you to take your intuition and just run with this, right? And gives you a little bit of framework, but not a lot. And you can just take it and just soar with it. So I do appreciate this deck. It is my number one, and I just think it is absolutely beautiful. So yeah. So I don't know if any of you guys feel the same. I would love to hear your comments on what your favorites are, and what you think of mine. So yeah, so I just think they're just beautiful, and I really enjoy my intuitive decks. So anyway, thank you very much for being here with me. I really appreciate it. And we will see you again soon. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.